Hi, I'm Jim Brickell from Ed Learn Ford Lincoln, and this is the 2025 Ford Explorer ST line. They've made some great changes to the vehicle. I think you're going to love it. Let me show you around. From the driver's seat, as we look to the left on the door, we have our power windows, we have our power mirrors, so pick which mirror you want, move the arrows to adjust accordingly. Your power locks are up top, and as we come over here, you can open the rear hatch. Your headlamps, I've got them in the automatic position, so they'll come on when it gets dark, shut off when it gets when you've shut off the engine. These ones are your panel dim switch, and the steering wheel. Pull that down, it does telescope in and out. Lock it back in the position that's going to be right for you. On the left hand side of the steering wheel, we have our cruise control in the upper corner. On the dash, it'll light up the vehicle, and there was some little blue lines out in front of it. So if we're actually traveling, we turn the cruise control on. We're going to set the speed, and you can also, with adaptive cruise, set the distance to stay behind the vehicle in front of you. So as you hit that one, you'll see the blue dashes change, and that indicates farther away or closer to the vehicle. Then we have this one here, which is your lane keeping system. So that is current. That was shutting it off, lane keeping system on, and you'll see it indicated down in the bottom corner there. So the speed has been set, lane keeping system is set, and when you don't want them, you can turn them back off again. Lane keeping actually can stay on even if cruise control is not on. So you're driving in town, you don't signal a lane change, and you start drifting across the line, you will get a vibration in the steering wheel. Below that, we do have the volume control for your stereo. And on the right hand side of the steering wheel, you've got the controls that are going to affect what your display is. So down at the bottom, these ones don't reflect the display, but they are for answering and answering a call or hanging up on a call, and also your voice activation. So with your voice, you can set the temperature, you can set a destination and navigation, you can change the radio station, you push the button and say your command. So something like this. Set temperature 16 degrees.
Got it. Changing the temperature to 16 degrees.
So that's just one example of what you can do with your voice. Now, with these ones here, if you hit menu, you'll notice it now says main menu. One of the choices there is speedometer in miles per hour. So if we hit OK, now you'll notice the miles per hour is big, but you still have the kilometers per hour showing. If you don't want the miles per hour, you can hit OK again and turn it off. Now, as you scroll up, you can see other choices. So you've got your phone, your audio, vehicle maintenance, status information, trip, and my view. When you hit OK on my view, it brings it back to the beginning. Now, when you're going up and down, configure my view, seat belts, who's wearing them, trip 1, there's fuel economy, there's a map view, and there's driver assistance. So it'll show the vehicle when you've got some of the driver assistance features active, such as we showed earlier with the cruise control or the lane keeping and so on. So the choice is up to you as to what's going to be displayed. Now if you don't want that, you can go to a comm view, and momentarily, there you go. So our comm view shows the distance to empty, and with that little gas pump, as you fill the tank, the blue would go higher. And just for reference, you can also change the color of the fuel tank to, I think it's green and copper, whichever one you like best. So we still have the lane keeping system on. Now we're going to turn that off. And this is our nice calm display. So minimal information to have fewest distractions possible. Between the seats, you've got your shifter, so it's a rotary dial, and of course your park, reverse, neutral, and drive, and a low range. Your electronic parking brake, and your drive modes. This one, you're going to twist, and you're going to look. Here we go, we've got slippery for wet, icy, and snow. Our normal conditions, everyday balanced driving, and economy mode for efficient driving. There we go, spirited, on-road driving in the sport mode. And then back to economy and normal. So the vehicle is an all-wheel drive vehicle. The computer can control when four-wheel drive is engaged, but you can also choose your drive modes based on the driving conditions. So when it's wet and slippery out, definitely put it into the slippery mode. On the center screen, we've got our home screen. So you've got your maps. P1 is profile 1. You can put in different profiles for different drivers. They can have their own settings for temperature, presets for the stereo, and just your personal preferences can all be linked in with your personal profile. We can add a phone by tapping there and following the instructions. Your phone should be Bluetooth and in the discoverable mode. Audio is off. And then when you tap on the map, you're going to get a bigger version. So this is Google Maps. You've got some searches that are in there. If you hit the gas stations, shows you which ones are the closest and puts them on the map. Don't want gas stations, maybe the knife and fork would be restaurants. They certainly are. So you've got a lazy lizard, a fat rabbit, someplace else. Once again, it marks them all on the map and you decide which one's going to be best for you. So there are some things set up for quick checking, and I believe this one is the coffee shops. So of course here in St. Catharines, lots of Tim Hortons, lots of Starbucks. They're all around us. Now the orientation on the map can be changed. This one here. So you got a perspective. You can have north at the top. And you can have an overview. Then you can zoom in, you can recenter. So your map is set up there. Your clock, is, when you tap the clock, it brings up set time zone automatically, select time zone, use the 24-hour format. I prefer the 12, so that's where I'm leaving it. Now, this is under your settings. So you've got your sound settings, where you can, of course, adjust your tone, balance, and volume, etc. Bluetooth, another place where you can connect to a device, and then we have driver assistance. So most of these you're only going to look at once. You're going to get it set up to your preferences. So cruise control, we've got it set up for adaptive. Speed limit assist. Here's our lane keeping system. It's got both alert and aid. Pre-collision, we've got the warning and the braking and steering. Rear camera view, rear view camera delay, I've got turned off. I find it not very helpful. When you're in reverse, of course, having the camera on, but when you put the vehicle in drive and you're going forward, I don't know why you need to see what's behind you. Blind spot information system, that's a good one. Lets you know in the outside mirrors when someone is coming up in your blind spot, so you're not changing lanes and smashing into them. Cross traffic alert, another handy one. When you're backing out of a parking space, it's checking sideways, so it lets you know if a vehicle is approaching from either side. Reverse brake assist, so you're in reverse, you're looking around, you don't see anything there, you miss it in the camera. The vehicle can stop itself when you're going slowly backwards. And driver alert. The vehicle, if it thinks you're not paying attention, can display a coffee cup in your center display to let you know, hey, maybe you're not totally paying attention, maybe you should stop, grab a coffee, refresh yourself a little bit before carrying on. After that, we can go from our driver assistance to vehicle. Once again, these are things you're going to set up pretty much one time only, and you won't need to go back to them. So the vehicle is fairly quiet. Some people forget to shut it off, so you can choose a 30-minute max idle. You can put that on if you like. Rear occupant alert. It's for the safety of your little ones. If you don't have any little ones, you're never driving with little ones, you're by yourself, you can turn off the rear occupant alert, and that way it's not going to be telling you each and every time you shut off the engine, check for rear passengers, check for rear passengers. Lighting. This vehicle is equipped with automatic high beam, so at nighttime, if there's no other cars around, you might just turn your high beams on so you've got better visibility. And then as soon as another car is detected, it goes down to regular lighting automatically. Key detection alert. If you forget to shut the engine off, you get out with the keys, all the doors are closed, it's going to beep at you to let you know, hey, the engine's still running and you've taken the keys with you. Remote start setup. So it is saying you can use the remote start. That can be with the Ford Pass app, that can be from the key fob. And this is what happens when you use that remote start. So we've got what climate controls. Do you want the seats and steering wheel to come on? How long do you want it to stay on when you use remote start? Windows, wipers, power liftgate, locks. So all of them you go through, you pick how you want it to go. Next one down is our system. So here's your system updates, your languages, units. So you under units, your temperature, this is where you pick Celsius or Fahrenheit, measurement, kilometers or miles, tire pressure. Time is another spot you could pick for the 24-hour clock. Legal information, software, and you've got your reset options. So when you sell the vehicle, you can reset back to factory, eliminate your paired phones, your navigation, and that sort of thing. And as we scroll along, you can change your profiles, you can change the display. So when we go to display, you've got the touchscreen beep, the touchscreen brightness offset, your mode, your theme. This was the one I was mentioning earlier, where if you change from blue to copper, suddenly your gas gauge is now displaying in copper instead of blue. So whichever color is best for you, you go ahead and pick it. If the information on the screen is too distracting, you just don't want it, you can hit calm screen. And now we see it's Friday, August 30th, 2024. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, so minimal information, it's not going to be distracting for you. Across the bottom here we have our temperature, so it's in two spots because driver and passenger can each have their own temperature. Your heated seats, your heated steering wheel, the fan speed, automatic, where the air is flowing, max defrost, your rear defrost, air conditioning, definitely needed on a day like today. And down below, your stereo volume, the auto stop start override. The P, that's for parking chimes. If you're not sure what any of these things are, you hit the little I. Parking chimes play sound to warn you when your vehicle approaches an object. So, good thing to have. If you're about to hit something when parking, you probably want to know about it. your four-way flashers, you've got the cameras. So that's what's in front of us, and we have our 360-degree view. If you want to check other camera angles, you can choose this one. There's just what's in front, a wide-angle view of what's in front. There's what's behind us, and one more. Yep, there we are. It's showing your hitch, so you can line up with your trailer. The X to turn it back off again. This one here, you can open up storage, some power points, and you can plug in your USBs. This particular vehicle has the twin panel moonroof, so you can open it from here, and the shade can open on this and close on this side. So this has been an overview of the 2025 Ford Explorer in the ST line. Hope you enjoy your vehicle. I'm Jim Brickell.